I started taking on deals that I knew other agents didn't want to do. I'm talking rentals. Leases are a bitch. So many agents in my area say, no, I don't do rentals. I don't do rentals. I'll take your lead. I'll list your property for rent. I will say yes, and I will figure it out later. That's what I've done, guys. What's up, everybody? My name's Natalie, your creative agent. I wanted to make a little video about my past year in 2022 in real estate. The goals that I set, the goals that I accomplished, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's get into it. At the top of the year, I set a goal to close 30 transactions for the year of 2022. It's now November, and so far I've closed 43 transactions for 2022. Yes, that is a humble brag. Yes, it is possible for you too. And yes, it takes a lot of fucking work. So when I made this goal, I really wasn't focused on sales volume. I know that seems a little unusual, especially because when realtors speak about their business goals, they talk about sales and numbers and monetary value. And to be honest, my goals for this coming year are much more aligned with a sales volume goal. But if you are a newer agent and you're on my channel, or you're transitioning into being a full-time sales agent, here's why I think you should make a transactional goal versus a sales volume goal. So let's say your goal is to close 30 transactions in 12 months. And of course, before you make any goals, make sure to ask yourself why. My why was because I wanted to gain experience. I remember feeling so discouraged when I would watch real estate videos talking about finding a niche and how important that was. I didn't have a niche. I just wanted to close a deal. I mean, seriously, how is a new agent supposed to find a niche when they haven't even experienced the industry? So the only thing I could think of was doing a volume of deals. This was gonna give me experience, and it was also going to give me exposure to find what I truly love to do and what I was good at. It's like a light bulb went off. I needed to say yes to all of the deals that every other agent was saying no to, which means a lot of the deals were a pain in the ass. I worked with buyers who did not use the internet, they did not have an email, they needed wet signatures for everything. I worked with them for 9 months. I've spoken about them in a different video. This was my biggest sale of the year. I started saying yes to everything. I had little rental leads off of Instagram. I found an investor who wanted to wholesale some land, so I worked with him a bunch. So with a transaction goal, you stop focusing so much on the commission and the sales volume, which, to be honest, is not a perfect metric to follow anyway. The commission percentage is different from deal to deal. So focusing on the transactions gives you that round number. It builds the momentum to keep doing deals, keep saying yes, keep diving in and figuring it out. The commissions will come. So seeing 43 deals in less than a year's time from start to finish is absolutely an accomplishment. My sales volume is less than 8 million for the year, okay? Less than 7 million, excuse me. A large chunk of these deals were land. A lot of them were home sales, but the listing price and the purchase price varied a ton, so I don't have an average sale. Like I'll fill out something online and it's like, what's your average sale price? Huh? It's all over the board. I've sold a $200,000 condo and I've sold an $800,000 single family home. Land deals that were $29,000, other land deals were $450,000. Everything varies. I didn't limit myself to a niche because I wanted to get the experience. I wanted to figure out what I was good at, and I wanted to make money. In the market that we just came out of, it's all or nothing. Don't be fooled. The markets to come are also all or nothing. I am certain that we are gonna see real estate agents dropping out of this business because if a recession comes, which I think it will, and inflation stays high and interest rates keep going up, this business gets hard. Right? It's not always easy. It's never easy in my experience, but it's going to continue to get harder. It's going to continue to get harder. We need to make goals that make sense for us that we find attainable. See, when an agent brags about their sales volume, I'm not mad at it. And honestly, if I see an independent agent or a team do over 50 million plus a year, that's amazing. I mean, kudos to all of you if that's your volume. Honestly, it's a goal of mine. But how many people have they worked with? How many transactions have they managed? How many solutions have they found for their clients? In my mind, when I focus on the transactions, I'm getting more and more exposure. I'm saying yes, I'm the go-to agent, right? This can be exhausting and this can lead to burnout, but for the sake of every new agent watching, just know that your first few years should feel like you want to quit, but don't. You should be working so hard that you gain a new respect for this business because you know how hard you're willing to work and how much it takes out of you. So if you're new, say yes to these deals. In my experience, when I've said yes to the deals, I get more exposure, I get more transactions, I close more deals, and ultimately I learn more, which makes me a better agent, not only for myself, but for all of my buyers and sellers. What I've really gained is a sense of confidence in myself, which has helped me in every area of my life. I have more knowledge now in different types of properties, zoning, things from appraisals to insurance and how they vary from place to place, county to county, millage rates, getting really specific on inspection reports. I mean, I could go on and on and on about the things that I've learned just this year. And ultimately, I achieved the goal that I set out for myself, which is the most fulfilling thing. Looking back and saying, wow, I did that. What's next, right? If you're a new agent, do not get discouraged. Find a mentor, keep doing your research. You're doing amazing. It doesn't always happen so quickly, and sometimes it happens so quickly that you burn out. So wherever you are in your real estate career, we've got to remember that this is, for whatever reason, this is exactly where we're supposed to be. I really do think this is an important time to assess your goals, reflect on what you have achieved this year, big, small, if you got your goal, if you didn't, it's not about that. It's really about you taking the time for yourself to set yourself up for success for next year. Look at where you could improve. There are so many things I could improve on in my business, one being the structures and systems that I do not have in place that I really, really need to have in place to continue to be, on the rise with my career, continue to go in the direction I want to go. In an upcoming video, I will be sharing my goals for 2023, and I want to brainstorm with all of you a little bit. So if you have any questions about goal setting or anything else I mentioned in this video, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much for being here, and like always, I'll see you next time. So maybe you are that agent that knows exactly what they want to sell and you have a niche and you don't even have to think about it. Well, good for you.
Congrats.